So I was born in Calcutta in India. So Calcutta in India is we are the settlers in India. So my mom and dad went there because of British rule. They get higher pay than while they're in China. So that's how I was born there. His story is that he wants to go there, do 5 years, make enough money, and then go back home to China, and then that's it, settle. All the land had been confiscated, distributed to different people and things like that. So she decided to go on a cargo ship. I think took some time, maybe a couple of months, to go to India. So that's how my mom and dad arrived in India, and then they settled down. Right?
You had 7 brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And in India, that's how they believe, right? One room. I think that room is 12 feet by 12 feet.
Yeah.
And it has everything in there. Like the kitchen is there, and it's not like the stove kitchen, it's like a burning coal.
Right.
The very poor circumstances we are in.
Yeah.
So because now we started getting some money from selling food stuff in the market. And basically a street vendor, right? So
yeah.
we didn't have a shop or anything like that. We'd make our stuff, we'd all get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, made our stuff and take it to the market at I think 6:37, and then we are done by 8:30.
Yeah.
6 days a week, 12 hours or more every day, and usually I was making half decent money.
Yeah.
So he says, why do you want to go and do a tool and die? He said, he says it's a 2 years program.
You're starting over, essentially.
Yeah, you're starting over, and then he says you're not going to be ahead by too much.
Right.
To do that. You'll almost make the same money after coming out of 2 years.
I see.
So I said, what will take me? What do I need to do to become a real engineer?
See.
So I think it was 22 or 23. I went back to high school.
Oh my.
Just to get that certification, right?
Right.
I said, I'm going to turn right. I'm going to go to high school so that I get to experience what it is to go to a prom.
Yeah, but weren't you like 8 years older than everybody else?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. And I was the oldest kid.
Yeah.
And then my English wasn't very good either, right? So I had to learn English and things like that. I mean, I have got what they call the Indian Chinese English, which is not very good. It's all mixed. Offer for acceptance was, will my title be an engineer?
Right.
And admission officer, yeah, you'll still be an engineer, but you'll be a materials engineer.
So what?
The title was very important for to be an engineer, right? That title is very, very important. So we were just walking by, and we saw this ad and say, "Oh, come for a weekend. We will tell you how to invest in the States and this." So we went there, and we says, "Oh, okay, we can do that." And there is something called investing real estate in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And this guy, he was charging. He said, if you have so much money, I will invest it for you. I can do this. You can do that.
Oh, that sounds sketchy.
Yeah. So the 2-day course was just to let you know what you can do.
Okay.
And the actual thing, when you do it, they'll give you a guidance for, I think, a year, 2 years, or something like that. But that will cost, I think it was $15,000.
Oh my goodness.
At that time. That's how I was so confident doing this investment in Las Vegas. And this is nice.
So why didn't you invest with them? I mean, how did you even find me?
I was just looking, right? I was just looking, and I don't even remember how I found you.
You probably found me on Craigslist.
Yeah, I did. It was this thing. So I did find it. So I had my real estate license in Toronto since 1993.
Really?
Yeah.
You still have one?
I still have one.
Get out.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So I did real estate. I bought and sold, and I had a lot of those, buying and selling for different people. I was actually a good salesperson. I was really good at that.
And moonlighting as a nuclear engineer.
Anyway, so I have been doing real estate for a long time.
I
By
did
the
not
time
know this.
So the process of buying and selling was very natural to me. Like I would do closing of sales till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my goodness.
Before I came, I just went to my bank and said, how much can I get home line of credit? And they gave me $700,000.
Oh my goodness.
And I came here and I said, I'm gonna spend all my $700,000. And I think after the third property, you go to me, you must be crazy.
Well, you know, I always worried about my investors getting over leveraged.
Yeah.
You know, so that's always first and foremost my mind.
So
that's where investors fail. They get too successful, and they get top heavy and fall over.
Yeah. So my thing was very simple, right? I still have a full-time job.
Yeah.
So if I lose my 700,000, that's how my mindset was.
Yeah.
If I lose my 700, let's say Jim turned out to be a crook and then 700,000 gone down the drain. You know,
You
but
still
I
had a
still
backup
have
plan.
my full-time job that will cover all my expenses.
Right.
And my wife still have a teaching job that will cover everything.
Yeah. Now, did your wife know?
Yeah, we knew.
Okay.
She knew about investing, that we are going to US to invest, but she didn't know the nitty-gritty of...
She didn't know the extent of your
the risk.
You didn't know how much you put down. That's pretty funny. All right. I have to ask you, what gave you the courage to call some random guy on Craigslist buying real estate?
You know, you had a very good website. I don't know whether you knew that or not.
Oh,
It
no.
had everything. You had, when I went through it, I had actually a binder. I printed everything you posted.
No kidding.
Everything. I still have that binder.
No kidding.
Yeah. You know, and then I said, you know what? I'm going there anyway. Let's go and find out what it is.
Yeah.
And the only thing I wanted to see was what you had in terms of maintenance.
Oh, interesting.
And remember, you took me to, after touring all those, you took me to a place where you had a couple of your guys doing the work and all the stuff.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
Yeah. And so you had everything. You had the real estate, you had the property manager. So coming there was, I was going to come there anyway.
Yeah.
I was going to go to California anyway.
Right.
So coming there was just a small detour.
Right.
Which was fine.
Yeah.
So and then I said, you know, I'll gauge it at that time. You have to realize I've been doing real estate since 1993. It was 2010.
Right.
So I've been doing this for 17 years. So for me to gauge was very quick.
Oh, I see.
I come there. I
You
look
had
at
some
it.
experience,
Yeah,
and so
yeah, I
you
know.
quickly judge.
Yeah, and you can very quickly judge. You impressed me quite a bit, right?
Oh, well, thank you.
Because you had everything. You planned your route. You had also the property management part of it.
Right.
Which is what I wanted, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it's not practical to. A lot of people try to manage properties from another state, but it's
No, you can't.
It is
do it.
not
You have
practical.
to have a local person,
Right.
and that's the reason. Once I saw that with all those in place, I just said, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I think I put an offer for 3 properties on that one visit, the first day. 3 or 4 properties.
You know, you're on title. You know, yeah, so even if something happens to me, you know, that asset belongs to you.
Right. But we did not know that. You have to know.
Yeah, back then I created a system for measuring a property.
Yeah.
This is where the engineering came through. You know, I came up with the 5 components of a property that we could measure and identify what was worth buying.
Yeah. The location.
Yeah.
I have that in my mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there was a new technology that was coming out, and that was, you know, YouTube. And video property. So we would actually go in the property and videotape it and say, you know, this is what's wrong with it, this is what's going to need. And so that gave a lot of investors confidence in buying something because they could actually see it. They saw the metrics on the property. And I've got one investor who bought, I think, 3 or 4 properties. And I had never met him. He's a doctor. I never met him. He never saw the properties he bought. And he hadn't seen his property until like 2 years ago. So he had owned these properties for like, I don't know, a decade. And so, you know, He came into town, oh, you're in town. He said, yeah, but only for a couple hours. And so he kind of laughed. He says, yeah, I drove by him just to make sure you weren't making these things up.
So Barb, so I don't know whether you knew or not, when you came in and say, hey, I'm going to help you sell a few of your properties, that was in 2018. Selling those 3 properties gave me enough money with some of my savings to apply for a green card. It's called the EB5. So that's what I did. So you selling the properties for me gave me the funds to invest in that program. My whole family got the green card, and the 3 kids are US permanent resident. So one is in Rochester, so she's going to start her med school in this August. So when we signed her up, she was an 8-year program, 4 years undergrad and 4 years med school. So she's going to start her med school now. The second daughter is on 7 years, we call it a direct entry. That means when you go in, you do your undergrad and med school at the same time, in series. So my second daughter is 7 years. She's in Long Island, and she is doing her 2nd year undergrad. And then my third one, my twin son, he's at Atlanta. He's doing engineering, mechanical engineering. He's in his 2nd year.